Welcome to Life Changing Services. The group that you've just joined is called WORTH, which stands for Women of Rebirth of Therapeutic Healing. WORTH is pretty special in my heart because it's the program that got me through probably one of the darkest times in my life. And Life Changing Services has the programs that helped not just me, but also my husband, specifically with the WORTH program. I just wanted to start this video saying I'm sorry that you even had to go looking for this type of program or this type of healing tool to get you through this time in your life. I've been there and I feel for you, and I am so sorry for the dark, sinking, devastating feeling that you have right now. It's a hard place to be in. My name is Kiera. I was in the WORTH group about over 2 years ago, but the WORTH group itself started 15 years ago. Each group is run by a female who has studied betrayal trauma and like the psychology around betrayal trauma, and then also keep the values of the gospel of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and tie those two pieces together so that you can have both, because you need both. Men of Moroni was also created 15 years ago. So in that group, they learn how to overcome the use of pornography, masturbation, physical betrayal, emotional affairs, everything around that realm. That is the group where they can learn how to get rid of those unwanted actions that are being taken that don't align with their values. They just need some help on getting back to their values and acting in a way that they want to be. So Life Changing Services also has a lot of other groups. One of those is Sons of Helaman. That's for young men who are struggling with a lot of the same issues as the men. And this group is also trained very similar to the men. Other young men get to see that they're not alone by seeing the same age being able to keep those values in a very confusing time in their lives. Like, being a teenager is just confusing in general, whether you're male or female. So to have some type of training, the young men to be able to learn that early on to help them later in their lives and to protect their wives in the future. So along with the Sons of Helaman is the Mothers Who Know program. That was created because Life Changing Services realized that the moms have a lot of emotions and stress, and they need support to be able to help their children figure out a way to support them but not be micromanaging, I guess you could say. I personally don't have a child of said age. I personally would feel like that is something that I would enroll in because I would be so out of my element. But I've listened to a lot of these women's stories, and it's amazing how strong of a group of women come from those groups and the way that they're able to support each other and also grow themselves. Life Changing Services has Daughters of Light and Warrior Women of Light. And these two programs are for women, young and the older, who also either struggle with the same type of things as the men do in the Men of Moroni program or Sons of Helaman, and want to be able to also live to their values, master the skills that they need through their life. Life Changing Services also has a Sons of Sacrifice program. That is a group of men for men that have same-sex attraction but also want to have healthy relationships with men while still staying within their Christian values. These are men who still want to live the wanting to get in the temple life, getting married to a female, and living the covenant path in the Church of Jesus Christ, but still be able to be who they are and true to who they are. Life Changing Services also has a marriage repair workshop. This workshop is for when you start getting your healing going and have healed some, and then your husband, has been strengthening his self-mastery skills. And this program is where you both come together and you decide that you want to start healing your marriage again and repairing that marriage. There's been a lot of marriages who have gone through this workshop where they have risen from the dead. I had no idea where you even start from there. I've done a lot of healing. I feel much better about myself, my worth, and those types of things. And he did a lot of healing, a lot of training for himself. And then what do you do from there? Like, how do you start integrating things? How do you build a strong marriage? How do you start over? How do you not go back to how your marriage was before? It's just really hard to navigate after betrayal trauma and after all of those issues that have come up. But that's what's great about the marriage repair workshop, is that you have someone teaching you how to bring your two parts together and be able to work as a team and build a strong, like, foundational marriage. So Life Changing Services also has podcasts, books, Instagram profiles, Facebook, a YouTube channel. All of those platforms are uploaded to either daily or weekly with educational videos, quotes from our prophets, tips and tools from those who coach or run the programs. So it's a lot of free resources to add on top of your worth healing journey. I know how hard it must have been to sign up for this group, to take that intake call or do that intake form, whatever you needed to do so that they could put you with the right group. It's amazing you even took this first step, because I believe that this is the hardest step. As you go to your groups and you learn things, if you apply them in between your worst sessions, I promise that you will start to feel healing. For me, I don't like feeling stuck in one emotion or one part of my life and feel like I couldn't control anything. But this is one thing that you can control. You can control how much effort you put into your own healing. Being able to do that with my healing helped me a lot. I'm sorry that you even needed this group. I don't know how many times I can say that, but every woman who has been in the worth group, I'm pretty sure they will all say that they're sorry, because you don't want to welcome anyone to this group because it's painful. It's a painful group. However, it is the most supportive group. You're able to check in on each other. I used to have a Marco Polo with my group. It wasn't even about betrayal trauma all the time. It was like about cooking. It's nice to be with a group of women who understand, who know. And also, I'm sorry if your husband or child also needs help, because Life Changing Services doesn't wish this on anybody. I don't wish this on anybody to have to deal with these things, but I'm grateful that Life Changing Services has all of these services, because they're so necessary for healing and for growth and for families to come back together and be able to finally have that emotionally resilient family. So feel free to reach out if you need your own support, but also if you have questions about the other programs and stuff like that. Life Changing Services has an email, phone number. There will also be links in the description to, like, the homepage for you to find out more about those programs. All of these programs are here to support you and help you in any way that they can.